Hey, what's up, North County? We are in the Crow's Nest here with Coach Don Crow from Templeton Eagles football team. Coach, I am excited about tonight. How about you?
Oh yeah, it's game one, home game. We were talking yesterday. We haven't played at home on a season opener in a while. I think only once in 6 years we've been here for the first game of the year. So it's good to be at home and open up.
So let's step back into last season. So you guys had a pretty good turn towards the end of the season.
Yeah, we played well the last half of the season, and then we ended in a playoff loss. Like I tell people all the time, there's only 14 schools in California in the whole state that end happy. Everybody else ends in a loss, or they didn't make the playoffs at all. So that's right. I mean, out of 1,000 schools. That's not that very few schools.
But again, we're a small school. I mean, look at our players. You know, I mean, we don't have the 365-pound, 6'9" linemen.
No, we don't. But we do. Our kids do a good job. And again, we're like we say, our enrollment's going down. We're having less and less kids at school, and our numbers are down a little bit in football. So, but we do attract good kids. We have some pretty good kids.
Would you say over the course of, say, the last 15 years here in Templeton, would you say that our kids are getting smaller, but yet they're getting more scrappier?
That's hard to say because this year we're bigger than we've been in a while.
Really?
Yeah, we're 240, 270, 220, 250. So we're a lot bigger than we've been in a while. The last few years before this year, I'd say 21, 22, 23, 24, we weren't very big. And we played a different style of offense to fit them. And so, yeah, it kind of goes in ebbs and flows. Like any small school has, I won't say valleys, but you have ebbs and flows of the kids you get. There's not it's never real consistent. It's because, 20 kids affect our school a lot more than 20 kids affect Rio Grande or Paso.
Mm-hmm.
They're just in numbers. So, we're kind of cyclical. I think back in the early 2010s when there was, Ross Berry and those guys playing here, they were really big, but the other two linemen weren't very big. But we had two big guys that went and played Division I.
Right.
And,
what did summer look like for you guys?
It was good. We threw the ball a lot. June was super hectic for us. We played 4 passing tournaments. We played some weekday passing scrimmages. But again, I tell the kids in the summer, the most important part of the summer is this room.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're still working really hard in the weight room, trying to get ready to go. But we do spend an hour and 20 minutes on the day on the field.
Okay. And so now you're ready to rock and roll tonight. What are you looking at or bringing back for seniors? How many seniors are coming back?
We have 23 seniors out of 39 kids. So we're pretty senior heavy. And they're good kids, and they've been in the program a while, and been successful. They've won a lot of games. And so at the JV and last year. So I think they understand how to win, and hopefully that rubs off on everybody else.
So, we got the first day. Do you get the butterflies? You woke up this morning?
Well, people all the time ask me, are you nervous? Are you nervous? I'm kind of over the nervous. I'm more over the excited. Right. Let's see what we got. Right. After doing it for 42 years, I don't get a lot of nerves about it. I get more excited. I get more, want to be focused in on what they're doing and see how the kids play.
Well, you got tonight. Templeton is the focus football game of the night.
Oh, cool.
And obviously Tascadero has a bye. So you're most likely going to have a pretty heavy crowd tonight, Tascadero and Templeton.
Yeah, they'll be out to watch. Yeah.
Does that make you nervous at all? To have all those people as well?
Come watch us play.
Yeah.
I want our kids to play and have fun, and I'd like this place filled every Friday night, right? Because it makes it much more exciting than our stadium. Since we don't have a track, we're kind of like Paso, no track around it. The people right on top of us, and it gets pretty loud bouncing off that cement.
And you can hear all the comments behind you, probably.
I don't. Everybody else does. I don't hear much going on behind me. I really don't. I unless there's it's at a timeout where it's super quiet. But I don't hear much. I put my headphones on. I'm worried about what's happening out on the grass more than anything else.
What's your level of? Did you kind of come to a conclusion that you got to turn it down a little bit this year? Or are you going to still be?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure I'll be as excited as I've ever been. And people go, "Man, you're loud." I go, "Well, I tell people, think of this. At least they're standing 30, 40 yards away from me. They have a helmet on. And it's the same thing in practice. You can't talk to every kid right here in practice, right? Because they're spread out. And if you take time to stop practice and walk over and talk to a kid face to face every time something is, you'll be out there for 4 hours.
Right.
So you got to be able to project your voice so they can hear you and keep moving, right? And go on to the next thing. And then when they have a helmet on, it's hard to hear, because I hear kids all the time, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear you. Perfect example, our scrimmage. We're scrimmaging Rio Grande. We go on to. The whole team jumps. The whole team moves. The center doesn't move. The center said, I didn't hear it. The center. and the quarterback's what? Right there.
Right.
But everybody else did. So I'm telling you, sometimes they're teenage kids. Sometimes, and if you want to be heard over their own world, right?
They're probably in tunnel vision too.
Oh, no doubt.
They got the first game jitters. They want to do their best. They want to keep their spot.
And they're trying to focus on what's going on. And so that's sometimes people think of volume as bad. And it's not always bad. Most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's corrective and coaching and trying to make sure they're doing the right thing.
Now, we're sitting here this morning. It's humid outside. It's warm, at 6:30 in the morning.
Yep, warmest it's been. Yeah.
What are we looking at? We still got the on-field temperature.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff.
Yep,
tell me about that.
The wet globe bulb thermometer is ready to roll. And again, like how we were just talking earlier, it's not the temperature. That's just the start. It takes into account wind, humidity, all kinds of, it's that big. It's smaller than a phone, and it costs like $500 because it takes all these things into account, and it gives us a reading. Like yesterday afternoon, it was sitting in the shade, but it's still before 6 o'clock in the shade. That thing was reading 79. Wow. And we know, everybody around here knows it was still at 96, close to 100. Mm-hmm. But because of the wind and those things, it makes a big difference with that thing.
So that way, there's a lot of concerns with parents about, heat index, all that stuff.
Right. So like, I know the other day we started practice late and we didn't go in full gear because of what that thermometer was saying. And I was laughing. We have a kid, coach on our staff said his 8-year-old daughter was playing soccer. I'm like, but we couldn't practice.
Right. Well, it's a little different.
Well, yeah, but still the age difference too. But I get it, right? But we're not going to do something stupid.
I'm surprised that actually hasn't trickled down into the youth yet.
Well, yeah, I'm super surprised. I don't know who sets their rules, but ours is a state law. Ours is. Everybody says, well, CIF had to adopt this because the state legislature and the governor passed it. Mm-hmm. So we don't have a whole lot of control over it.
Because I know the youth football are incorporating the guardians, for practice.
Yes. So I'm surprised those weren't made mandatory for kids under 14.
Right. So, Coach, what are some of the players that we need to be looking at tonight?
Okay, so returning players that will play a big part tonight. Obviously, Tyler Cunningham and Coulter Tannehill.
Which let's give him a shout out. What did he get? Tell the good news.
Oh, Tyler's going to Yale.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Got a
scholarship.
He had multiple schools that offered him high academic schools. 3 Ivy League schools, Carnegie Mellon. There were some pretty high academic schools offered him, and he just chose.
That's
to go
awesome.
To Yale. It's awesome.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Tyler. Weston Patch, Drake Sandoval on the line, Landon Reefers. So we're, those are our returning players. Some of the new players to really look out for, like Jose Diaz is going to play a lot for us in the line. Hayes Cameron at linebacker, Garrett Davis at linebacker. Those guys are going to have to play really well, and they haven't. Hayes is a junior, and Garrett played a little bit last year. We have a whole new defensive backfield. Will Capacci, and then Wyatt Botts, and those guys are going to have really big games.
Oh, nice. So you got some new faces in the backfield.
Yeah, our defensive back end, the linebackers and DBs, not one person is starting where they played last year.
What are you looking at for the season as in terms of projections and teams that you guys have to be across?
We tell our kids we're playing to be 1-0. We want to be 1-0 at 10 o'clock tonight. Mm-hmm. Then we'll deal with Wenatchee, and then be 1-0 next Friday. We don't want to put anything ahead of ourselves. We want to focus on each week so we get better and keep ourselves growing as a team, and not put some carrot out there. Oh, we got to beat this team, but that's 6 weeks away, and we're worried about them. Okay, we need to worry about what we do every day. That's like Nick Saban, which is awesome. We want to worry about what we do every day to get better, to be better on Fridays and take our test on Fridays.
We got any positions that we're in a dogfight with?
Yeah, there's always, we've always got kids, that are challenging our receiver crew. Yeah, we're going to be down a couple guys tonight. And so there's a bunch of new guys going to have to play out there. And I always, we want to create competition. Our defensive line, we're going to rotate a lot of guys in there to try to stay fresh, chase them around because they'll throw it. And we have some defensive linemen that play on offense, and then they have some backups. So we want to keep rotating those guys to keep them fresh.
Mm-hmm. Coach, one last thing before we tear out is, how do you feel about this community and how it backs your guys' program?
We truly believe. Sorry about that. We truly believe we are the community's team. I mean, drive downtown today. The T flags are up, right? I drove by last night, and a bunch of people had their American flags and T flags out already. And we are, because we're a one-horse town and we're a small town, and we've been dealt a blow, right? We had the bad July 4th night, and they're rallying around them, but they do rally around our football team, and it's an event to come out and watch. And it's really cool to watch people show up that I hear people had booster seats for 22 years. My son some of them never even had kids play here. Mm-hmm. They're just supporters. Like, I know there's a couple of people in town that never had a son play here, and they've been big supporters of us for years because they're Templeton people.
I think it's interesting when you see these movies, like, these small towns back in Texas.
Oh yeah, we're a little bit like that.
We're just like that.
We're a little bit like that. Yes, we are. Because how many people still have a homecoming parade? I mean, a legit parade for homecoming. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're very unique, and it's awesome. And we talk to our kids and preach to our kids a lot about, you're not only representing yourself and your family and your school, but you're also representing the community. And what kind of makes that true is every one of our schools is called the Eagles, and they all wear green. Okay, you go to Tuscadero, their middle school is the Saints, and they wear blue.
Right.
Flamston, I don't know. Well, I don't want to do what I know it's not Bearcats.
Right.
And
Tigers or
it's something else. I think it might be Falcons. I don't know. But but every school's the Eagles, and every school wears green.
That's awesome.
So it builds a great community support and camaraderie when they get to the high school.
Absolutely. So, Coach, tell me about tonight. Who do we got coming here? Are we starting at 7 or 7:30?
7:30.
We're at 7:30.
7:30. We knew that when we set this game up. We moved it back because of this possible thing with heat. We're playing Edison High School of Fresno, the Tigers. They are a long-standing, outstanding program in the Valley. They've probably produced as many Division I football players in the last 30 years as any school. They used to be known as, like, you hear about LSU as DB University. Well, they're DB High School. I bet they've had 10 defensive backs go play Division I football in the last few years. In fact, their head coach is one of them. He played at Michigan, and he played there, and then he went and played in the Canadian League for a long time. He's in their school Hall of Fame as a player. Johnny Sears. It's a community that's took a hit a few years ago, and kids started transferring out to Central and Washington Union and the Clovis schools, and it hurt their program for a while. But I think Coach Sears will bring it back because he's one of their guys. Mm-hmm. And it'll take some time, but we watched them on film. They're definitely better than they were last year, for sure.
Awesome. And we got JV kicking off at 4:30?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 and 7:30 tonight. Come get your tri-tip sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Let's not forget about the tri-tip sandwich.
Best sandwich, probably the best sandwich, the best in the county.
Absolutely. I'd say a little broader than that.
Yeah, and support those people that support us.
Absolutely. Coach, thank you again. Pretty excited about this. We can't wait. And guys, make sure you guys get out here to Templeton. Come support us. Come support the Eagles. Come watch these boys show their work.
They've worked hard, man. They're ready to go.
Hard. They've been charging. They've been in the gym here. They've been on the field
for 8 months.
And we're ready to rock and roll. And when do those butterflies come in? Because they're going to come in. Coach.
Oh, that's
they're going to start coming in.
I'm probably walking down the hill.
Well, awesome, guys. Get down here to Templeton. Come support the Eagles. Come get yourself a tri-tip. And we are excited here on What's Up North County to be back here in the Crow's Nest. We're ready to rock and roll.
Go Eagles.